give the last question to our colleague from Canada.
Thanks very much, Noel. I just actually want to issue two thanks and one quick question. First of all, thanks, Professor Hollander, for inspiring us all. You could see from the diversity of voices in this room and countries represented that your vision and your book really has brought people together. And so thanks for introducing the idea. Thank you to the Mission of the Philippines for turning that idea into a resolution and to this World Basketball Day. Thank you as well for hosting, together with Japan and Indonesia, the FIBA tournament this year. But the finals in particular, Manila broke records for FIBA history. Canada walked away with a bronze medal, so we're very happy about that. But thank you for showing the world the love of the game from your country, which really has changed the world today. My question for you, Dr. J, Julius, is I grew up playing hockey, but I'm the father of a basketball-loving kid, and it is a global sport. So as we move around from country to country with the job, it is a sport that is really a lubricant to enter new societies. So my question for you is, in terms of your memories growing up, how much of your success do you think came from a kind of gift of talent versus hard work? Because there are debates about this along the way. Thanks.
Probably the big hands and the big feet were the gift. All the rest was hard work. And these two guys behind me, they could give testament to it, because, I mean, a lot of the other kids were better than me. And this one right here, he was better by a lot, because he could handle the ball and he could shoot it and he could do everything, and I could rebound the ball. But I had a two-hand shot that wasn't pretty and whatever. So at the end of the game, I might have scored some buckets, but it was because they missed every now and then. I got the rebound and put it back in, and so it wasn't a cakewalk getting there, and because it was always somebody who I felt was a little more gifted. So the work piece, that became critical for me, to run the laps. And, we used to go to the park and swing high in the swings and jump out just to experience hang time and do some crazy and some unorthodox things. And plus, when I was young, I fell. I fell into some broken glass and I severed the ligament in my right knee. So that was a setback because I had a cast on and I had a limp and had to suffer through being called hop along and peg leg and all that kind of stuff by other kids. And then that made me work that much harder to try and get the leg back. And it's still not right, but yeah. So I think the work going in, and then the influence of Don Ryan and the other coaches that I had Earl Mosley and Chuck McElwain and Ray Wilson, all before I graduated high school. And then I had Jack Lehman while I was in college, and they were always work ethic guys. They were always, military tactics and all that, and they constantly said you have to earn it. And I think dividends. There were dividends to that happened on its own time schedule. It wasn't really on my time schedule. It happened on its own time schedule, and I was glad that I was kind of a late developer, because I looked at a lot of people who, even in our neighborhood, who were at 13 and 14, they were great. They were great by any comparison. And then at 16 and 17, they had given up the game. They had let it go, or they just didn't play anymore for whatever reasons. So late development in sports is not the worst thing in the world, and there probably are a lot of stories of highly successful athletes, Hall of Famers, Olympians, who this has happened to.
Thank you, Dr. J.